Whenever we learn a new chord or groove, it's a good idea to think about what scale goes with it and to practice combining quarter note fills with the new jam. Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. Check the description box below for tabs and backing tracks on my website, information about exactly what sound tools I'm using today, guitars, amplifiers, microphones, those sort of things, live streams, charts, backing tracks, my deep dive courses, including my newest one, which is up for pre-order right now, all about modes, and how to schedule lessons with me. It's all on my website. So today we're pulling a groove from Traffic's Low Spark of High Heel Boys. I love Traffic. Love them so much. Nobody talks about Traffic. Great classic rock band. Which is actually, though, this is a Dorian groove. We got D minor 7. And that's really a chunk of a G. And that B natural is what makes that Dorian. Let's look at the Dorian scale there. It's important to note, by the way, that you can't always put a fill in there. If the chords are moving too quickly and there's too many chords, don't bother. Don't do this. Don't watch this video. Well, watch the video, like, subscribe, all that stuff. That does matter. But don't try and shoehorn a fill when the stuff is flying around. So what you do actually is you do this. You do a quick chart of the groove. Hold on, let me get it in focus. I can see that I have D minor 7 for a bar and then kind of that little G triad against it. And then I got it again. And so I'm like, oh, that's a 2-bar riff. Let me just go ahead and put a fill on the last 4 there. So that's what I'm doing there. We did a rough chart of the pattern. By the way, this is just, that equals a bar of music. A bar is, however long the bar is, 4 beats. Usually if you're in 4/4 time, et cetera, et cetera. Very, very useful thing to do. My office is filled with this stuff, charting things out like this. Now, I'm going to alternate between pentatonic minor because, well, it's on a D minor 7 chord, and maybe I'll do some other kinds of double stops as well. First thing I did. Okay, there's an 8th note there. Let's hear it again. Notice I'm putting the fill right where the chord is. I'm not jumping to a different location and then jumping back. That's really what I recommend doing. Okay, though, where's pentatonic minor? Right here. If I wanted to go past the root. And so that's why I got this little, I'm hybrid picking. That's all. That's all it's got to be. We tend to think we have to do so much, but really when there's other stuff cooking, when there's other things happening, these quarter notes, these simple things really work well because the audience can understand them and it's not going to mess up anybody else in the room. And it keeps you just right there, keeping the groove going right in the middle of the beat, which is always what I recommend doing. One more time. Wait. And then I moved up a little bit, but really down in register because, boy, on this go down 5th Avenue, hollow bodies, full hollows like this sounds so great in this register. Now let's talk about that. That time I switched over to Dorian. So I'm thinking in this position here, here's a D minor triad, D minor chord, D minor cage shape, whatever you want to call it. where is minor pentatonic? But because this is a Dorian riff, again, I have a course about modes coming out. I think it'll be available for pre-order right now. Check it out on my website, please. Check it out. And then I'm going to talk more about these kind of things, thirds, sixes, other double stops. Everything's a double stop. That's double stops from Dorian. Harmonizing it a third lower, though. Giving us. Love that sound. What a... I'm just obsessed with this. That's a reason to have a hollow body. Solid bodies don't have that sound. Thump, thump, thump. Let's go up to the next position. Here's a D minor 7 over here. And this is, store this away. I've talked about this a couple of weeks ago. If here's a D minor, here's a D minor 7, isolate the top, and then there's that G. You could do that there too. Then I wanted to do sixes, which I'm going to talk more about next week. Again, though, let's check minor pentatonic. Dorian. All right, and then sixes are neat because the important note is on top. That's it, but harmonizing gives you just such a tasty lick. Here it is. So cool. All right, let's go one more position higher still. Where's a D minor 7 kind of in this range? Notice, yep, I'm thinking about caged, which you could call stuff caged, but really it's just where the chords are. It's just, dude, where's my chords? That's all it is. 10, 10, 10. Because here's one. But we got a bass player, don't got to worry about it. I think I only did these two of it. Again, those wound strings on a hollow body sounds so cool. Epiphone Casino would be a good choice too. If you can find one of the early 2000s Made in Korea ones, those are great guitars. And you gotta love a dog ear P90. Look how cute that pickup is. It's adorable. And sounds adorable as well. There's the G, there's a G chord. Okay, though. D minor pentatonic. Notice I did all downstrokes. I only do upstrokes if I'm going fastly. Whenever I watch, John Lee Hooker, Lightning Hopkins, just all the old great blues players mostly did downstroke. So that's why I do that. It's because I'm such an authentic old blues player. And now I'll do some more thirds. So I did. So I am thinking about the full Dorian. But anyway. Cool. And that's just that little groove. I was like, wow, what a, I love Traffic. And, I was just trying to pick something simple and groovy to play over. Let's just review again why I say to do quarter note simple fills. I talk about this all the time. 1, so I don't lose sense of the beat. 2, so that the audience and the other musicians can understand me very clearly. 3, to overcome my insecurity about saying something simple, which we all have this. All musicians have this thing about, like, I need to show everybody what a bad motherfucker I am. Get over it. You'll play so much better if you just let that go. The mere presence of a fill is disruptive enough. It doesn't have to, split the sky with awesomeness. Because I'm doing all quarter notes, that gives me the space to go to do double stops. Because if you're trying to shoehorn in, like, that's what you're trying to shoehorn in. It's actually, I find with pianos, well, any instrument, double stops, they have a profound effect on the audience. Just hearing that percussive quality of 2 notes coming at you does more work than you realize. So I'd always say, play slow, do double stops rather than skidoo boop doop doo, and hence why I have so many videos about double stops. And of course, wherever I did my double stops is right where the groove is. I never recommend going. Keep it right where the chord is. That's why, knowing the chord shapes is obviously super duper useful. That's all we got to talk about for today. Groove and fill, it's relatively simple to talk about, but like I said, anytime you learn a new scale, be like, let me just groove this by myself so that later on you can actually use it. Hey, there's a title for the video, Groove It, so you can use it. If you enjoy my work, please like, subscribe, and share. That costs you nothing. And people who work this gig, that stuff matters. It absolutely matters. It keeps the lights on in here. One more time, how my business works. You got Patreon, charts, backing tracks, live streams. That stuff is up there. I'm always making courses with the folks at Truefire. I have a new one about modes that I think is available for pre-order right now. If you order it from my website, that's how I make my money from it. And of course, there's lessons which are booked out to about September right now because I had a video go viral. Thank you for watching that video. Thank you to everybody who watches my videos, supports me on Patreon, etc., etc. I genuinely appreciate it. For realsies. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.